In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the top 5 public elementary schools in Oakville, and make sure to stick around to the end of the video because there's something really important about Oakville elementary school rankings that you're definitely going to want to understand. Before we start, it's important to understand what school rankings are actually based on. So in both the grade 3 and grade 6 levels, we test students on 3 things: their reading, their writing, and their math ability. So the score that each school receives is a cumulative total of all 3 of those criteria. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at our number 1 rated public elementary school in Oakville. Coming in at number 1 this year in 2025 is New Central PS, located in South Oakville, specifically in the neighborhoods of Old Oakville and Morrison. And their scores this year came in at a whopping 93%. That is a huge number and makes it not just one of the best schools in Oakville, but one of the best schools in the entire province this year. And when it comes to this neighborhood specifically in South Oakville, as you might have guessed, this comes at a pretty high price point, unfortunately. But if you can be in this neighborhood, this is a great option because it is definitely the best school within the South Oakville area. Now, it's only a JK to 6 school, so for grades 7 and 8, you'd head to Maple Grove PS, and then you go on to Oakville Trafalgar for high school. And if you're interested in where exactly that ranks when it comes to the top high schools in Oakville, then you can check out the other video that I've made on this, either here, and if it's not in either of those places, then you'll find it in the video description below. Coming in at number 2 on our list is Pilgrim Wood Public School. This is a JK to 8 school, and it has both an English track option and French immersion. Now, French immersion starts in grade 2 and runs until grade 8 in the Oakville board. So if you're interested in attending French immersion, your child would start in grade 2. Now, the school score for grade 3 and 6 cumulative here was 90%. So a really strong score for Pilgrim Wood, which has been in and around sort of this top 5 for a long time now. And it's located in the wonderful Glen Abbey neighborhood. This is in West Oakville. It is a neighborhood that can be expensive. There are some pockets that can be quite expensive, but it is quite affordable at the same time. You can definitely get into some semi-detached townhomes, condo townhomes, and even condo apartments here. So this is well within the affordability range for people that are looking for a top elementary school in Oakville. Where Pilgrim Wood differs than New Central, as you can see, this is a JK to 8 school. So students do not have to go to another school or a middle school after this. They go straight to high school, and they would attend Abbey Park, which is also one of the leading high schools within the town of Oakville. And just a quick break, if you are finding this video valuable, please consider giving it a like below. It helps me and everyone else who's interested in this information being able to find it. So that's it. Let's get right back into it. And coming in at number 3 on this year's list of the top elementary schools in Oakville is Joshua Creek PS. This is located in the neighborhood of Joshua Creek. School scores here came in at a cumulative total of 86% at the grade 3 and grade 6 level combined, making this, again, not just one of the best schools within Oakville, but we're looking at some of the best schools within the province here. Oakville across the board has really strong schools compared to most cities around the GTA, which is what makes it a really attractive option for people. Now, specifically about Joshua Creek, again, this is another school that tends to perform very well, one of the best rated schools within North Oakville. The only issue here would be price points. So the median detached price as of the recording of this video is around $2.35 million. And there aren't a ton of options in Joshua Creek besides detached homes. Now, not every detached home is quite $2.35 million. You can certainly find other options much below that. I would say in around the 1.6 to 1.8 is very achievable. And we actually do have some townhomes as well in a similar-ish range, about a median price of 1.5 million. So budget-wise, it would be on the higher end of neighborhoods within Oakville, but this is overall one of the best school zones that you get into. From Joshua Creek, you would then graduate to Iroquois Ridge Secondary School, which, a little bit of a hint, another top high school within Oakville. And coming in at number 4 on our list is Heritage Glen PS. This actually gets students from 2 areas within Oakville, in Glen Abbey to the south and Westmount to the north. School scores here for the year 2025 were 83% cumulative score between grade 3 and grade 6 students. So a little bit of a gap between 3rd place and 4th place, but not much. We're only looking at about 3 percentage points. This is not a huge drop off whatsoever. Now, here is also another French immersion school, so you have the English track option. But if you're interested in French immersion from grades 2 to 8, this is where you can get that option. And then at high school, now this depends on where you live. If you live within the Glen Abbey portion of the community, then you're going to go to Abbey Park Secondary School. And if you live in the north end of this community, which is Westmount, you would go to Garth Webb High School. Now, either way, you're getting a great high school here, as most high schools in Oakville, well, not just most, pretty much all are fantastic. So not really too much of a worry there. It comes more down to Westmount versus Glen Abbey. What's better for you? So taking a look at the difference between those two areas really quickly, I sort of mentioned Glen Abbey and its price points. Westmount is in some ways considerably more affordable. You're going to have many more townhomes, smaller detached homes. It's a little bit newer of an area as well, built in around the late 90s and early 2000s. So just kind of depends on what you're looking for and what your budget is, but both great options. And this is a really great school to target in the west area of the city. And coming in at number 5 on our list today is Captain R. Wilson. This is a JK to 8 school. Cumulative scores this year in 2025 were 82%. So another really strong showing for this Oakville school located in the neighborhood of Westmount. So another Westmount school. Overall, this is a really, really strong neighborhood, both for the public schools and the Catholic schools as well. Students here, once they graduate, will attend Garth Webb Secondary School, another great option. And as I mentioned, Westmount has affordable options here, from townhomes to smaller detached homes, semi-detached homes as well. Overall, you've got a price point in and around sort of the $1.1 to $1.4 million range that you can expect, which might be unaffordable for compared to some areas, but compared to Oakville, this is definitely one of the most affordable options within the city. And because the school rankings and scores are so high here, this is definitely my most requested neighborhood to check out when parents are interested in looking at schools and homes within Oakville. Thank you for sticking around until the end of this video, because I think what I tell you next is really important if you're looking for a home or a school within Oakville. So what you may have noticed is that this list is a little bit different. Maybe you've seen some other resources and you noticed something was a little bit different about this list. And that's because I didn't include the French immersion only schools. So there are 5 French immersion only schools within Oakville, and these are all day French immersion, not part-time French immersion or half-day French immersion or anything like that. These are all day French. So the majority of parents that I speak to are simply not interested in these schools. So I omitted them from this list. But if you're interested in those schools and you want to know where they ranked or where the rest of the schools within Oakville ranked, you can head to the link in the video description below, and it will take you to my website where you can get all of that information for free. And that does it. Those are your top 5 public elementary schools in Oakville for 2025. If you want the full list, again, head to the link in the video description below. If you need to contact me directly, again, there is a link in the video description below where you can either email, call, or book into my calendar for a free one-on-one call. And finally, if you need other resources, videos, anything to do with home prices, neighborhood analysis, anything to do with living within Oakville, you'll find a host of resources at my website. Again, as you guessed it, in the video description below. And I'll see you on the next one.